Christian women do like Christian men by Rocha Roll channel, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's watch it.
Alright, this is why women don't like Christian men.
Very weird
I
channel.
get asked it all the time, I get told it all the time. Oh, well, all the women, they want like bad guys. They want, like one guy asked me specifically, oh, why do women want the smoker instead of the Christian guy who's like nice and well put together and goes to church and wears buttons up and dresses like his mom dressed him for school, etc. I always get these type of questions. And here's the thing. I'm going to ask you something. Alright, it's going to help you understand why things are the way it is. Let's say there's a girl that is not Christian and a girl that is Christian. Think about the girl that's not Christian. She has big boobs. Do you find that attractive? It's okay. The answer is yes. Alright? Now, you could say you wouldn't get with them because they aren't Christian. That's a great thing. I agree with that. But the point is that we are human beings and we understand and should understand that.
I mean, he just say, oh, one she has big boobs and the other don't. Like, I don't think that alone should be considered like to say that someone is attractive or not. Like, oh, of course, I understand like his reasoning is just an example, but of course. Because, come on, let me think, like, for example, oh, she has big boobs and the other don't, but why that one has big boobs? Because she's fat as fuck, that's why she has big boobs. You understand, like, you don't know any other thing is that one is Christian, one is not, one has big boobs and the other don't, like, what? But I understand what the guy say. The example was just not that good, but we can understand.
We find things attractive regardless of the character behind it. You say that's a flaw, and it is a flaw in many ways, but that is how it is. So in the same way, women care about looks. There's not a video about.
I wouldn't say it's a flaw. Like, we were designed to be like that. We were built to be like that, and it's not a thing that is bad in itself. Like, I think it's all about the dosage. It's like medicine becomes a venom. If you ingest that much, it can kill you, intoxicate you, and unalive you. It better save unalive, because yeah, YouTube sucks. And it's the same thing, like, between finding like a beautiful curvy woman attractive, and think always about women like that in a very pornography way. Like, there is a huge gap between it. Because, I mean, men will always find this kind of stuff attractive. But it's not because of that they are all, like, like, insane. Like, people that go out there, like, raping people because they can't resist to their, to seeing a curvy body or something like that. Like, I don't think this is inherently bad. A lot of people treat this stuff as bad, but it's not.
About me saying women don't care about looks at all, and looks also play into this as well. But when a woman sees a guy who's kind of an outlaw, kind of bad or whatever, what they see is a man that is a bit of a rebel. And women like this kind of rebel energy, right? They like the fatherly energy, but also kind of like the rebel energy. Because, think about it. When you think of what women want in their human nature, because if you ask them, they'll go like, oh, well, I want a guy that's, like, nice and, like, goes to church and does this and does that. But, it's kind of like when we say, oh, well, we don't care about looks, we care about personality. Yeah, the hell you do, bro. You don't, alright? You care about personality, but you don't care about it more than looks, alright? Be honest with yourself. And women are the same way. So, when women are thinking about what makes a man attractive, what they're thinking about is a man that can complete them. Alright, well, who can fit the male archetype within their mind? And a male archetype within a woman's mind is a man that is independent.
I think it's like both sex have their flaws. Like, for example, you guys want a woman that like when you think about an attractive woman, like, for in a sexual way, you always like defile this woman in your minds, like it's always with very, very very extra sexy clothes that probably any woman would be ashamed of being using out there, like mostly. I mean, I'm saying an average woman, but in your mind, it would be something like that, like showing a lot of body with the perfect body, you know, like, and etc. and blah blah blah. How I say that, and you find that nice and all, but if you would marry a woman, you wouldn't choose that woman to be your spouse, to be your wife. You wouldn't choose a woman like this, because you know that this woman would probably be a depraved one, you know, like would be the woman that does all kinds of weird things that you can possibly imagine in bed, for example. That woman probably wouldn't be fitting for a. You just look at what society has out there. Usually the woman that or more like that or does that or like psychologically weird, to say the least, you know. It's usually like that. The normal average, like I wouldn't even say average, because the average is already rotted, you know, but below average. Like, you understand, like, it's what I say, that the majority is always evil. So under the majority, so the good woman, she will not be, you know, like that. And it's the same for us, like, it's not because we find something like attractive that thing is healthier, but some women, like, not some, we see like the majority is doing that, actually. Yeah, we cannot deny that. They don't understand this, and they go after something that will just, you know, give them pleasure and emotions and etc. And not by actually, you know, not actually thinking marriage or anything. And then when they grow older, they realize, like, usually on that 30s, like you guys always say, like 30s, 35, they realize how stupid they were. And then because they have the image of the husband of their dreams inside their head as well. And then they picture that image and put as objective, you know. But it's already too late, because I mean, society will remember even though if you have like online life, you'll be remembered even more, and you're gonna reap for that. Probably you're gonna reap for that, but it's the same thing, like. And then they go after that oh, I want that person that loves me, cares about me, and blah 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 blah. But when in reality she wants other stuff that it's actually not marriage material, you know. It's the same thing. I think it's just the same. It's just the same. I think it's all in the balance. You have to fit this stuff in the balance between what is good and what is, you know, what is horrible. At some point, everything grows better, but passing that point, like everything, it starts to become poisoned to the point to, you know, to be detrimental to your health, your life, or even leading you to death. In some cases, I'm sorry, YouTube, to unalive.
Independent, who's financially independent, who is strong, who's a little bit fierce, can be nice.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't think I'm being clear here.
Most Christian men are really nice guys. All right, and I remember when I went to this non-denominational church, and there's been a few other churches I go to, but most Christian men, you know, they're like, "How you doing, sport?" Like, they're just soy facing all over the place. And here's the thing, women don't want a guy who's.
You see, this is the balance thing I'm saying. He's giving a perfect example. Like, you don't need to be like that as well, you know. But you don't need to be also that type of guy that is just for adventure, you know. But something, just be you, and you probably will be okay. I mean,
soy facing all the time. Because what? Why?
But it's like I said, you would be okay to find a woman to, I don't know, whatever you want, because having sex nowadays is the most easy thing ever. Like, it's really easy. No one cares that much, men or women anymore. You know, it's just a matter of try, really. But I'm talking about marriage. I'm talking about a life together. Then that's a different thing, you know. Then it will really be hard not for you to just find a worth partner for you, in your opinion, that you know that will be a good wife. But also because when you find that person, she will probably be expecting more. Like, I'm not saying more in the level like of these stupid women out there, but I'm saying more. I mean more than just you know, go talk with her and call her out to go out somewhere. You know, will not be easy like just wanted to have sex with this other type of women. And that will be much different. Oh my god, I'm sorry. What's happening with my braid today?
Don't worry, I'm not going to sell you anything. What I will tell you is that if you were
really
liking this
wrong
video, you will love my Discord. Because my Discord is an uncensored version of my YouTube content, and I also talk about a bunch of different subjects. You know, this video is probably just about one thing. And there I talk about fitness, and there I talk about geopolitics, and there I talk about philosophy, psychology, anything you can name, history, etc. I talk about it all in the Discord. Uncensored content I cannot put on YouTube. And it would also help you out because you can access me on my Discord. As of right now, you can literally send a message in there, ping me, and I will respond to help you with whatever you need. That being said, just back to the video. Because they don't look any type of intimidating. They don't look any type of forceful. They don't have any masculine energy. Okay, think about it. Opposites attract. This is all biblical, by the way. The Bible talks about men being a certain way. When Paul was addressing, I believe it was the Corinth church, he said, when he was talking about being strong in faith, he said, oh, well, just be strong in faith like men and women. No, he said, be like men. That's what he said. So even the Bible, even they understood that there's this masculine energy that's attractive, that's forceful. Why was Samson attractive? He wasn't some scrawny. No, he was extremely strong. Okay? Alright, so you need to understand that women, it doesn't matter how good of a guy you are. Okay, women are always going to want this masculine force. In the same way, you want a woman that is beautiful and has this feminine shape and acts feminine and all nice and bubbly. Unless you want like a dummy mom. In which case, I mean, you know, you might putt from the rough. Okay? And, you know, I would say there's no problem with putting from the rough, but there is a problem with putting from the rough. So,
guys, I just want to pause here. If you are enjoying this content of Rocha Raw, here is his channel. I'm surprised with how like not much subscribers he has. Even though this video got like 21,000, I know I don't have that much people watching me. But if you guys are interested, go subscribe to his channel as well. I mean, it's the first video ever I'm watching of him, and I'm watching together with you guys here. I'm reacting without ever having watching this video. So yeah, it's the first video of him I'm watching. So if you enjoyed his content up until now, you may like to subscribe and see more of his content as well.
Have to get that checked out. In any case,
I mean, the more people, at least up until now, what I've seen of him, seems to be a nice, nice person with a very well. Oh my god, what's happened with me today? I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, the words are really not popping out in my head. Like, really. Seems to be very smart guy, you know. So, seems to be Christian as well, which is good. But I know many of you guys don't care about that. But just the ideas, I don't know, you guys may, you know, maybe want to subscribe to his channel. I don't know.
The greater point is that you have to understand that being a man that's a little bit, you know, machismo, whatever, that's what I advocate for. There's nothing wrong with that. if anything is biblical, I see a lot of Christian men, when they convert to Christianity, they become like castrated. Become all nice and like, hi. Right. There is nothing wrong with being a man. And if anything, there's something wrong with not being a man. Assuming you're a male and you have a penis. Okay, if you're a woman, there is something wrong trying to be a man. But the answer to the question that I guess I ask all the time. Okay, this is also I'll go over a bit of my experience as well. But women are having trouble with Christian men because Christian men are just too nice. When it talks to the guy that's secular, he gives off these images of, being like forceful, being like a big man, and that's what they want. Okay, big, strong man. Not only in looks, but also in attitude. And
it doesn't mean that you have to be bad as well, It's just use your common sense. I know you guys here in my audience are pretty much smart. Well, not everyone, because a lot of haters just come here, so I know not everyone here is smart. There's a lot of asshole people that I don't know why is still watching my channel. But yeah, but most of you are really smart, so you guys know very well to be like balanced, like I don't know why I'm saying that. I mean, like, I don't know too much about life myself to be wanting to teach others, but I think if you guys are always watching my videos here, I think I maybe have to say some things to try to help you guys. I mean, those who are interested in what I have to say. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do.
It doesn't mean you have to be a bad person. Okay?
And the many people, the more people who think like him out there, is always better, Like, we have to heal, at least try our best, always to heal this fucking corrupted, rotten world. So yeah.
I'm confused. What I'm saying is, you're saying being a bad person? No, I'm not saying being a bad person. What I'm saying is that you could have the same kind of attitude, but it could be oriented towards Jesus. Okay? You think even Jesus, Jesus
exactly.
Okay, in the Gospel of John, you think he was just some like nice buttercup? No, he wasn't. Okay? And a bit of my experience with it, and this could be a pitfall of it, so this is something to be wary of. So, in my not so humble opinion, I exude a certain image. Okay? And when I was younger, I was kind of like a loser. I wouldn't say I was just a nice guy. I was just a loser. And I'm happy I was a loser because it helped shape me to who I am now. But the point is that when I was a loser, no woman really gave me attention. And when I started dressing a certain way, and I dressed in a very like machismo fashion, women started giving me attention. Okay? And one thing I experienced was that some of them would be... They would like me, but they wouldn't be big fans of trying to get like committed to me, because I remember one girl, and I know this because my cousin's wife is a youth leader, and she's hip with all the girls, right? So, they would have conversations about me and whatnot, and I've heard a lot about it, but there was this one specific incident that's relevant to this, and it's that there's this one girl, and I say youth, I'm 19, okay? I mean, if it don't end in teen, I ain't going in, okay? I like teenagers, but, I'm not 40, okay? But anyways, a few years ago. So this girl was like, well, he seems like he talks to a bunch of girls. And that is one potential pitfall when you go with this. You can kind of seem like a player, you can seem like you sleep around, whatever. But remember, girls like guys who can sleep around. Girls like guys who could do those things, but they like even more the people who don't. And restrain and have, some discipline and self-control. Sexual control is very attractive to a woman. And beyond that, it's the right thing to do. Don't have premarital sex. You understand that? Bad. In any case. So,
I don't think he's saying
in that case, kind of understand where you are. Don't play too much into it. Like me, I have to soften up a little bit. Because I already look a certain way, and then if I dress in the machismo way, I gotta act, a bit more friendly, a bit more nice. But if you're just someone who kind of looks like a normie, or, you don't have like a fierce look or anything like that, lean more into machismo, okay? Don't know what machismo is, Google it. I'm not talking about like a wrestler, or, super macho man for Punch-Out. I'm talking about this kind of like masculine idea of what a man should be. Lean into that more, And what you realize is that women will like you, and I'm not saying give up your Christianity. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is actually have more zeal for your Christianity. Be more manly about it. Because these same Christian men who are super nice, when you ask them, is homosexuality wrong?
I think that's a huge misconception that was created, and I think probably this part of this fault is from the church itself. Like the Catholic and the Protestant, maybe even before that, like from, like maybe right after. No, that's too much both time. But quite a long time ago. And this appears, I don't know, this behavior was kind of constructed, and it's so misunderstood. Like you have to follow Christ's example, Jesus Christ's example, but you don't have to be like this. Like what he was trying to explain. That's not what he wants. That's not what he wants for you. Like really, it doesn't. Oh God, I'm really not the best person. I'm really not a good person to talk to you guys about Christianity and God. I always say that. So I would stop trying to. I'll stop trying to preach something again. I'm sorry.
Go. Well. It's wrong. Okay, women want a man that could stand up for their ideals. The finger like this, not like this. Women like that. They don't like this. Okay. You don't want to be a man with an erectile dysfunction of your spirit. Okay, you want erectile function. That's what I have. Erectile function. Go for that. In any case, that's why Christian men don't like. That's why women don't like Christian men right now, and the solution.
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that supports my work here on YouTube, and especially my three-tailed fox tier members, One Wolf, Heath Rowell, Fenny Sylvy, Zalost, and Tayashi for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to all of you who supported me through Ko-Fi or Tron. Thank you very, very much. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. Oh my God, some words that he says I just don't understand. I don't know if it's the accent. I don't know. I just don't understand. Down. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know if I added, like, to be honest, I don't know if I was much of some help on this video. But anyway, I think his message is valid. Maybe you guys, I don't know, liked it anyway. And I hope it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check links below. Support me so I can get the fuck out of this terrible communist couch. Oh my God, what's going on with my mind today? Damn. I'll see you all guys in the next one. Bye, have a good day. And that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ja, mata ne!